And welcome back, YouTube. So I think this is going to be part 16
Gear.
of the Long Dark on Interloper difficulty. This is the second run, and a continuation of the second run. And we do have some crafting equipment already here. So what we got? 3 deer hides. That might actually be enough to build something. I think we're a little short on the guts, but that might be enough to build something. It looks like the rabbit pelts will be ready in a couple days. We got 2 rabbit pelts ready, third one most of the way there, and we just got 3 more rabbits there. Leave anything over here? Nope, we got some venison for when we get cooking 5 for food. Because we're in a crafting loop, I don't necessarily care as much about fatigue, because we're not necessarily going to be traveling as far. So I'm not going to sleep particularly long. I'm just going to sleep long enough that hopefully the sun comes up so we can start getting crafting again. Come on, water, I want you out of the way. Okay, I can... Let's do like 3 hours and see how that looks. We've got 1 arrow made in-game. We probably want a few more arrows than that. Yeah, so I probably got another like 1 or 2 and still started crafting, but having the daylight to move around also helps a little bit with trying to conserve fuel. Okay, let's start making arrows. And as you can see, 1 hour of in-game time, if you have all your condition meters not in the red, will result in like 1% healing. We're up to 3 arrows. I'm going to make half a dozen, so I'm going to make the full... well, I could potentially do another batch if I wanted to. I could go up to 8 arrows, because I got 8 arrowheads. But we'll see how the day's looking. A little low on fatigue, but I can probably drink coffee to get that back if I wanted to. Yeah, I might drink some coffee to get some fatigue back. And with this, we should basically have our equipment crafted, and we'll start going looking for things to hunt. Though we are a bit low on the calories. Drink another coffee quickly. I'll drink a cup of herbal tea for the hydration and potentially the condition regain if we sleep. And I need more water. I can drink reishi tea. Okay, I got 2 spare reishi teas. Crafting equipment. No longer need the birch on me. Don't need the maple on me. Don't need the gut on me, so I'm gonna leave those here. My character is a little tired. But let's before we sleep check to see how the rabbit grove is going. So we've been away from it for at least 12 hours. So there's a decent likelihood we have more rabbits in our traps. And if we catch those rabbits, that'll probably give us enough calories to sleep through the night before we go hunting. We got 8 normal arrows, which are good for hunting deer, bear, wolves. And to be fair, 8's probably enough to take down a moose, if I'm careful. So if I see a moose, I might hunt a moose. Really, the only one of those at this point that I don't really want to kill is wolves. We're not cooking 5, and we won't be cooking 5 for quite a while. So I don't want them for their meat, and their hides aren't particularly great either. We're over carrying capacity right now just because of how fatigued we are, which is why I'm not really worried too much about that. Hunting deer would potentially be good at this point. And it's a good thing this is late afternoon, because if anything, we don't have hide clothing yet, so if it was actually early morning, we'd probably be cold. We are losing heat at this temperature, but it should be easy enough to recover that with starting a fire. Oh, the deer have come into our place here. Oop, did I spook him? I think I spooked him.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, and I am 0 for 8 on traps breaking, which is actually pretty good. Heard a wolf. Ooh. Ooh. I have the opportunity to get a free deer. Deer, oh dear. So the wolf just brought the deer down, so I'm not going to have to shoot it with an arrow. And he'll have a little bit of the meat off of it because I've taken so long to walk over to him, but I don't necessarily need all the meat off this deer anyway. Yeah, that was a bit lucky. Wasn't expecting to get a deer in the rabbit grove. You'll notice I've picked up the rabbit traps. I'm not actually going to set them back up again.
All right.
Because I think we're going to get... we're going to start moving around a lot more, and I don't want to come back to check on them every 12 or so hours. Drink 1 Reishi tea so we don't run out of calories. Hopefully while doing the cooking here. Let's get a kilogram off of here. We'll get that cooking. So I may not have the time to harvest all the goodies off of these guys, so I'm going to sort of start prioritizing some of it. And the deer goodies are probably more value to me than the rabbit stuff, so I'm going to start on the deer. I only did the 1 rabbit bit first because I know it would cook fast enough that I wouldn't wouldn't lose my well-fed bonus.
Too much stuff to carry.
And calories. So this will keep our character fed for quite a while. Which may mean that I'm actually in a position, once I gather more fuel, to go bear hunting.
I'm feeling so drained.
Our character's going to be whining about how tired he is, because we've got him quite tired here. But that's fine. We got enough condition, I'm not worried about losing condition right now. Not even necessarily worried about getting all this meat cooked. We're now going to start working on harvesting it all. Oh, no, don't do this. Don't do the one that takes 6 minutes. Do the 15-minute one. Okay, so we got some meat on you. We'll get the last of that meat off. How much fuel do we got? Okay, so we got about 80 minutes left. Deer carcass and guts are higher priority than the rabbity bits. Looks like, well, it sounds like the wind is kicked up. Has that affected the fire yet? That has not affected the fire yet, which is good. Let's get back to harvesting that deer. Okay, now it's affected the fire. So, now we're at the point where it hasn't converted to blizzard, so I have to be careful about running into wolves on the way back. Yeah, it's not going to be worth throwing a single stick on there. So I'm going to leave the rabbit carcasses here. I'm going to leave all the meat here, because it's just going to be safer not to run into wolves on the way back. Because I'm already overweight. I'm quite overweight. Because of the fatigue. So I'm just gonna basically make sure that I don't smell and walk back. We got the important stuff off, so if all the corpses go poof in the night while we're sleeping, then oh well. Guts are very replaceable, they come off of all the animals, and they're interchangeable. We got the deer hide off, which is, other than the food, right? We harvested all the food as well. All the food's off and on the floor, so it'll be there in the morning. And you get 50 condition back on food when you cook it. So we're not necessarily worrying about losing condition in the meantime. So that wasn't quite perfect. We could have probably gotten a little bit more harvesting in if the wind hadn't come up and kicked off the fire. And we are also in that sort of awkward spot where we've gone through the most of our fuel. So probably after the quick sleep here, the main thing we're going to be working on is fuel gathering. So instead of going right back to that corpse, as tempting as it will be, well, I suppose it depends on how cold it is. When we step out, if it's cold enough, or if it's warm enough, we'll go back to the corpse. But if it's fairly cold, we'll have to be going for fuel instead. Tweaked my mouse. Almost got myself lost there. That would have been bad. Yeah, I was going to poke something on the OBS and forgot that the mouse is locked to the window in Long Dark. So I would have to Alt-Tab to go into OBS. So yeah, this is not much to see here, which is why I'm sort of chatting away, right? So it's dark, the visibility isn't super high. If you know what you're looking for, you probably saw that we were working towards the camp office the entire time, but we weren't necessarily walking particularly fast because of being a little overweight. Okay, so we will probably wake up fully healed because I'm going to do a 10-hour sleep. Oh, I forgot to drop the deer hide. Whoops. Okay. That was 3. So once some of the guts are cured, we probably have enough to try... Oh, let's just check before I say we have enough. Might be one short. Okay, so yeah, once it's cured, we have enough to either do boots or a coat. It looks like the boots would be the better choice, better of the two choices. We got all those ruined meat from earlier. When we hit cooking 5, those will be good to eat again, effectively. Okay, so this weather's not that bad. I might be able to make use of this weather and still get those carcasses from earlier. Oh, that's one thing I forgot. Excuse me while I backtrack. I forgot to drop off the snares. So because once I'm done with those carcasses, we're basically going to start wandering around collecting fuel. Because that's basically what we're looking for, is fuel and potentially hunt a bear. To be fair, when we get to the bear, I'm going to want fuel to harvest the bear, so it doesn't make sense to not get fuel for the bear. So we'll drop those off. The camp office is usually the one place where I do snare hunting, so I make a small collection of snares there, and then I can do the rabbit hunting the way we did before. But if I'm planning on being away from the camp office for more than like 48 hours, it makes sense to pack the snares up so they don't break down in the meantime. I heard the footsteps of some other animal. Doesn't sound like it's a wolf. It might have been a deer. There might be a deer in the back there, somewhere that I'm not seeing. Okay, it looks like it got a bit chillier when we went in and out. Either that or we had some wind shadow where we were that was protecting us. You mean in the game? I'm in Mystery Lake near the camp office. I just saw the chatter in the Twitch chat ask where I am. Heading over to the nearby rabbit grove nearby to it. Got a lucky wolf killing a deer the night previously, so I didn't have to actually use the bow and arrow to bring a deer down. I'm going to go recheck the carcass because we were driven off due to high wind. You can still see the carcass. I didn't completely harvest the carcass. I think there's still one more gut. I left some of the gut on the floor. Okay. so we need all this cooked stuff. I'm gonna take a little bit of damage in this, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the axe to chop at the cedar lip. Oh yeah, lots of damage. But that's fine. We got some fuel that way. And I can probably use that to finish harvesting this up now I'm thinking about it. So let's go ahead and do that.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
Well, good thing for him, that is our current plan. "75% chance of starting a fire." That doesn't always work out, but we'll find out. And once I get all this crafting ingredients sorted away in the camp office, I'll probably take a run over to one of the places where we can find some coal, because we're basically out of coal. And I think on these rabbits... Oh no, I didn't get the guts off either. Okay, so we're going to get the guts off of these two rabbits. Because I think we got enough rabbit pelts at this point that we're actually more interested in the guts temporarily than we are for the rabbit pelts. And to be fair, the rabbit pelts will be easy to harvest once they defrost. If they defrost. I'm not sure I'm going to keep the fire going quite that long. Alright, so you are going to be ready in like a minute or two, so we can spend that time harvesting a torch. Another batch of meat on the fire. So everything's off of you, so we're on to you. And you're defrosted enough we can take the hide off by hand to conserve tool durability. We have a couple minutes left in that, so we'll go ahead and harvest a torch. We'll save the rose hips. Okay. What to do? Because 40 minutes is going to be too long. Well, I should not have been carrying around the gun around in case I attracted a wolf. Okay, so let's take advantage of a couple seconds here. I'm going to wander away from the fire and see if I can get a little bit more fuel while we're waiting for that piece of meat to cook. Looks like I can quickly grab a stick. And it's not going to burn if I spend the time to break up this branch. So we'll break this branch up quickly by hand. Okay. We'll get the hide off. Those are cooking. Quickly eating the rabbit, because the rabbit is the least travelable of these food sources. We really got the small stuff by left, but looks of it. Okay. Anything else we can quickly go harvest? To make use of the time, the answer looks like it's yes. Looks like there's another branch over here that we can quickly grab. Got like 10 minutes, so that's about enough time to go ahead and make up birch bark tea. So for when I need birch bark later, I'll make up a tea. Quickly make the tea. And then the rest of this campfire I'm going to turn into torches. So we can harvest one more branch, and the rest of that fire is going to get turned into branches and or turned into torches, and we'll take the torches with us as we bring all those craft ingredients back to the fire. I'm not too worried about that wolf because we're going to be able to use the fire to make him go away. So come over to our fire, pick up our birch bark tea, pick up our venison. I have a little skill up there. Oh yeah, looks like I just grew out cooking 4. Almost to cooking 5. Bit low in water, but water I can make anytime I'm warming myself up, so I'm not too worried about it.
Too heavy.
Okay, now to haul the crafting ingredients back to the camp office, and then I'll head over. Well, I'll probably do a quick break for YouTube, so that'll probably be the end of the part when we get back to the camp office. Next time on YouTube and for Twitch, I'll keep streaming, so I'm not actually going to stop on Twitch. But we're going to head over to the transition cave behind Trapper's Cabin. We're going to search there for coal. If we can find at least 2 lumps of coal, we can start contemplating hunting a bear. And to be fair, that cave frequently has coal, so I may find quite a bit more than 2 lumps of coal in the cave. This time, if I'm smart, I'll leave the cooked food outside so it lasts longer. We have a big pile of rotten venison in the camp office because I didn't remember that earlier and it went off. It'll still be usable once we get cooking 5. And we are cooking 4 now, so it's just, well, I forget exactly how many cooking events it is to go from 4 to 5. It's something like, I think it's like 300 something, so it'll still be quite a while. But that is an option for still using it, but for the moment it's sort of off limits. It's about as bad as bear meat right now, for emergency purposes, emergency calorie purposes. So we're going to leave the meat. Quickly scarfing down as much as I can from the smallest piece. Rest of it's all going on the floor. And we'll go leave the guts inside. Usually I try to make a new pile every time I make piles, so that when I look at the pile, I can see at a quick glance if the whole pile is cured. Yeah, we still got a bit of curing, so it looks like 3 more days. In 3 more days, we'll have enough to start making our deer hide boots. Okay, that's where I'm gonna take the break for YouTube. Well, YouTube, there'll be another video 6 p.m. the following day. And Twitch, I'm going to immediately restart.